Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will study English for class 12. Board is CBSE. Book name is Flamingo. And the chapter poem name is My Mother at 66, written by Kamala Das. She was also known by the name Madhavi Kutti. Before we start the chapter, I will request you to jot down my website address. When you go to the website, you can find lot of information about your chapters in detail. Chapters explained in detail with meaning of hard words, and I have also tried to give questions, answers, whatever I have been able to give. Please jot down. After a few moments you will rub it off. So we go ahead. In this poem, Kamala Das is known as one of the foremost poets of India. She has written several poems, novels, short stories in English as well as in Malayalam. And she captures complex subtleties of human relationships in her writings, poems. The theme of this poem is filial bond. Filial bond means bond between parents and children. That is called filial bond. So the theme is of filial bond between mother and daughter in this poem, and also of advancing age and the fear that adheres to its loss and separation. Wherever advancing age is there, the fear of loss and separation will be there, because advancing age will eventually lead to death for anybody and everybody. It also explains that aging is a natural process and what our elders expect from us. The poet had gone to meet her mother as she was returning back. While returning from her mother's home, she had to come to the airport to catch a flight. So they were in a vehicle. On the way, the poet saw her mother, who was sitting beside her. So the words he has used, her mother was in a doze, her mouth was open, and ashen face. Three things she have mentioned about her mother when she saw her while coming to the airport. Doze means light, short sleep for a few moments, for a few minutes. Open mouthed, her mouth was open, mother was having a doze. Ashen face means like the color of a corpse. Corpse means dead body of a person, that color, ashen face. Like color of a ash. So, the poet is surprised at the sudden realization that her mother's death is approaching very fast. So, it fills her mind and heart with negative feelings and emotions. So what does she do? In order to ward off negative feelings and emotions, the poet looks out of the window of the vehicle. Many a times we try to not to see something unhappy, which we don't like, which we dislike. So we move our eyes away. So the poet starts looking out of the car window. And what does she see? She sees young trees sprinting and young children is spilling out of their homes. So what does it signify? Young trees. It is in contrast to her mother's old age and weak health, nearing death. But young trees signify youth, energy, power, strength, as opposed to her mother's. Sprinting indicates our age moving from young to old. Our age moving from young to old, sprinting. Young children is spilling out of their homes. Once again, young, in contrast with her mother's old age, is spilling out, means in large numbers with lot of speed. But her mother doesn't have that energy. So this is also in contrast. Okay? So these things are in contrast with what she sees, her mother, her face ashen, she is dozing and mouth is open, as if she is nearing her death very fast. Then they reach airport. When she has checked for security, she is standing slightly away from her mother. So the poet looks up at her mother's face once again. And what does she find? She finds that her mother's face looks wan, pale, and like a winter's moon. Right? She has written three things. The poet has brought in the imagery. Wan means colorless, ill. Wan means colorless, ill, tired. Means no energy, very little energy. Pale. Pale means skin color which is pale due to illness or fear. So her mother's skin looks pale. Then she has brought the imagery of late winter's moon. Late winter's moon. Winter symbolizes death. And late winter's moon. During winter, moon, due to fog, mist, loses its shine, its brightness. It is dull. And pale moon is associated with decay and mood swings. Pale moon, right? Pale moon is associated with decay and mood swings. So what does she do? She feels very sad at all this. So she tells her mother, see you soon, Amma. See you soon, Amma. She was smiling, though it was very difficult for the poet to conceal her sad feelings. But she didn't want to create a negative environment for her mother. She wanted that her mother feels happy. And she smiled, she writes, the poet writes. The poet writes two things. See you soon, Amma. Plus, see, the poet smiled and smiled and smiled. So these things signify that the poet wanted to meet her mother again. She wanted to convey to her mother that the poet is happy, enjoying her life. Similarly, her mother also should be happy and enjoy her life. In between, whatever we have discussed, in between, there is a reference of two things. One is pain. This pain refers to the poet realizing that mother is as old as she looks. Right? The poet feels the pain when she sees her in the car. What is the pain? That her mother is as old as she looks. Second thing has been mentioned is old familiar ache. What is that? Each child fears losing his or her mother. Same way, the poet also in her childhood used to fear the loss of her mother. She could not be away from her mother even for a few moments. So when she saw that her mother had become very old and was nearing death, she got that old familiar ache. Old and familiar relating to the childhood days. Ache that she may lose her mother. Only difference being that the childhood fear was losing mother for a few moments, but now it appears that the loss could be permanent, because she could lose her mother due to her old age. Right? Mothers are God's greatest gift to humanity. Mothers are God's greatest gift to humanity. All of us fear losing our mother. And this poet also feels the pain, fear of losing her mother. And everything she has mentioned which relates to that fear, that pain. Feeling pain that her mother is as old as she looks, and old familiar ache, it comes back to her childhood fear that she may lose her. In this poem, she controls her emotions, smiles and tells her mother, "See you soon, Amma." And she smiles and again smiles to convey a good feeling to her mother. In this poem, the poet has used 4 instruments: comparison, contrast, simile, comparison, contrast, simile and repetition. These are the 4 tools used in the poem. Comparison, she has compared her mother with what? Ashen face, death-like, corpse. Contrast, her mother's contrast with the young sprinting trees. Young trees sprinting and young children spilling out of their homes. Simile is there, repetition is there. What is the repetition? And they smiled and smiled. That is the repetition. So these are the tools used by the poet to convey the idea of what she wants to convey. Very small poem, short poem, but very, very nice poem. I hope you got to understand everything of this poem. I will request you to approach me on my email if you need to know anything, and you can visit my website. Okay? Thank you very much.